Last time on Outlaws Wanted, the crew of the Honor made its way to Core Forged Home, the notorious penal colony of the Imposition. Unfortunately, the way into the prison settlement was guarded by a half-robot, spider, half-power armor Imposition inmate who challenged Malcolm to a duel. After belegging the would-be duelist, our crew was allowed entry to the most idyllic farming settlement they have ever seen, populated by rusting, power-suited Imposition outcasts. Y'all are on the settlement, or y'all are in the settlement on Core Forged Home. As I said last time, it is a beautiful farming village. It's clearly been made from the scrap leftovers that were left to these prisoners who were dropped on this planet, but all of them seem to be living in a relative peace as they just go about their lives farming and trading in a small little community. So what's everyone up to?
I think the first thing that Vi is doing is looking for any place where the residents seem to be congregating.
So we're going to do this thing again where what you're going to do is roll me a investigation check and then give me a one-word description.
Investigation's smart, right?
I believe so.
That's a 9.
Okay, and give me that one-word description.
Anyone got any suggestions?
Seedy.
Risky. I like risky.
Okay, to pass the time on their now boring life, the farmers here on Core Forged Home have started a hobby called hay fork chucking. And what hay fork chucking is where two people in power armor stand like across from each other. And it's like a drinking game where you throw a pitchfork at the other person, and if it hits you, you have to take a drink. And, you know, it's like beer pong, but where you throw pitchforks at each other.
You are the thrower and the cups.
Yes. This is how people in the Imposition are passing time. So you find that there's like a bar dedicated to this. So they have like a little arena set up where you can throw pitchforks back and forth. And there's just generally people there in good spirits cheering on, you know, power suited people throwing spears back and forth. When you guys enter, you're getting like a few weird looks, but no one just seems to care that much.
Weird question.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody here is in some form of power armor. Like, we are weird for not being in power armor?
Not everyone. Not everyone in the Imposition wears power armor. A lot of these people are. It's kind of the thing where, well, I guess you could ask people this, but whatever. So most people here are wearing power armor. The reason in my mind being that the type of person that would attract enough attention to even get sent to prison in the first place would have to be wearing power armor. Otherwise, they're so, like, low caste in the Imposition that it's like, well, who cares? Like, they're basically disposable people.
They wouldn't have ended up at, like, the max prison.
Right,
yeah.
right. So, like, there are some people that are not wearing power armor, but most are.
Jyla sees the hay fork pitching. Is that hay?
I think I said hay fork. Yeah, I said hay fork pitching, which is kind of funny because pitchfork, but I'm going with hay fork pitching.
Or hay fork chucking? I don't know.
We're going to call it hay fork pitching because that's kind of funny.
Okay. Jyla sees this and is, like, really into it and starts looking around for, like, is there spare armor that she can get into to play this? Do I roll an investigate check for that?
I'm trying to decide how to handle that.
I don't think there's armor laying around because if there's
It would have to be from somebody who died, I think. And so that probably wouldn't, like, they wouldn't just hand that out to strangers.
They get grafted into that, though.
Yeah.
They kind of do. So I'll tell you what's going to happen here is there is there's clearly like a sign up area and you can go and talk to them.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do something while Jyla does that?
I think I want to see how this plays out.
Me too.
Okay.
Me too, but Vi is gonna go up and get a drink.
Okay, we'll say that that's the same person. So Vi and Jai both approach like a bar where there's like a chalkboard where you can sign up your name. The bartender behind there is, I would say he is in power armor, but again, it's like very tarnished and rusted. You can see where it used to be very colorfully painted and now it's like blooming rust everywhere. And you can tell his movements are a little jerky as like gears are starting to bind and grind as he pours drinks. There is only one drink on tap. It is being served from a large barrel.
Howdy. What does someone have to do to get on that board right there and sign up. I'm game.
Soft shell, I see. Anyone can, of course, sign up if they wish. All you must do is write your name with this chalk. And he slides a piece of chalk across the table to you. It is simple. Just write your full name and you will be called.
Is there any chance I could get some armor?
Soft shell wants some plate. Well, I tell you what. There is, a disposal area behind the bar. Feel free to make what you will. There are no rules here, so do what you wish.
Oh, great. Thanks. I'll be right back, Vika.
Oh, Vika is your name. What can I do for you? Do you wish to participate?
No, actually, I'm gonna pass on that. But if she's gonna do that, I would love to get a drink of whatever you've got in that barrel there.
And how will you pay?
We don't have anything, do we?
Just a friendly joke. You don't seem to have anything I could trade for. First drink is on the house. And he, pours you a drink and slides it across the table.
Awesome.
I might say I think that your friend is foolish.
She's adventurous, certainly.
Well, we shall see. I am looking forward to this. It's rare that we get such entertainment. Now, where are you and your compatriots over there from?
We're not from anywhere. We're just running some cargo.
Well, isn't that a fun tale? Is there anything I can help you with?
Actually, there might be something. We had a tip to find someone here named Marilla.
Oh, Marilla. He points up at the board and taps on it at the very top where there's a name with a crown next to it and says reigning champ. It says Marilla, first scoundrel of the Smoke and Bones.
I love her already.
It takes up a big part of the board. It's a super long name. Well, that is her over there. He says that as you turn around and look, and a woman in power armor, but not typical power armor, so it's not covering her whole body and it doesn't seem as integrated. It seems like something she's wearing, not something that she was grown into. Mm-hmm. Picks up a hay fork and hucks it at a massive Imposition Marine, and it goes all the way through him, the whole pitchfork, and sticks into a wall behind him. She is very good.
Yeah, I can see that.
The person that just had a hay fork thrown through him is high-fiving her at the moment as he's spraying adhesive into himself.
Gosh.
I'm so excited for Jyla to die.
So we got the med bay for, right? We'll fix her right back up.
All right, so Jyla, you walk outside behind this, and there are not piles of bodies, but there is a little mound of power armor that looks like a body was pulled out of it. It's pretty grim, though. You can tell it's this was stuff that was meant to fit certain people in certain sizes. But yeah, there's just a pile of disposed power armor. What are you gonna try to do here? What's the play?
So I think if it's not a full set, she's gonna need to cobble together something.
Yeah, and I guess, to be clear here, people from the Imposition are unnaturally large, and this power armor is made to fit them. So, they're 2 feet taller than normal people, right?
Right.
They're 7.5 feet tall.
Uh-huh.
So, if you just put on their armor, it would 1, weigh a lot, and 2, be cartoonishly oversized.
Right. So I think what Jyla wants to do is if there's pieces, she'll want to take a breastplate thing, which would just cover their torso, but on her would cover a little more.
Sure. So you cobble together something. What you're going to need to do is use your head.
Jyla's going to use her head, even though she hasn't up until this point, and get a 13.
All right. You make a very passable set of power armor. Not only is it that you find pieces that can be easily broken apart and reassembled, the pieces themselves are meant to adhere and click together. It's almost a modular design where these things are easy to fit back together, and you're able to kind of build yourself almost out of shoulder pauldrons and knee stuff, a fairly decent looking set of armor, all things considered, that you now have.
And she'll definitely want like a powered arm, at least her right arm, so that she can actually chuck it.
I like that. Yeah. Okay, so you are in your kind of like almost, I would say, gladiator-ish looking armor.
Yeah. Oh, and a helmet. She needs a helmet.
Yeah, in that it's like patchy and very like scale plated, like as different pieces are fitting together.
So now we just need to get Jyla some like pips, some like Galactic Alliance pips. So she'll have the Imposition power armor with Galactic Alliance pips and the Interstellar Commerce weapon. And
Oh yeah. Interstellar concert. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I guess I have to come back into the bar, right? And
Yep.
get my name on the board.
So you come back in and write your name. You wait a couple of minutes and then they call your name, and I need to do like a random name generator here. All right, so your name is called. Man behind the bar goes, Jyla, new one is up against Titus. All right, so you guys clunk out into the arena. Titus is very nondescript. You can't tell anything about them since they're wearing a helmet still, like they're in full armor, as they pick up a hay fork and hold it in their hands very nonchalantly. It strikes you how small this hay fork is in their grasp.
Like it's a child's toy compared to their might.
Right?
Gotcha.
You pick up a hay fork that is as tall as you.
Yeah.
All right, is there anything you want to do before we let this play out the way it's going to play out?
I don't think so. Where's everybody else? Are they spectating?
Yeah, I am.
Yes.
My girlfriend's about to be run through, and I'm a medic.
Yeah, where is Sully in relation to Jyla? Is he like standing by?
Oh, I mean, like, he's close. Like, he's not, like, on the field with you because he's not dumb.
Yeah.
But he's at a close enough table.
same with Mal. Mal's with Sully, just kind of observing.
It gets real quiet as both of the competitors stand in a dirt arena underneath this like rusty roof in this derelict planet holding pitchforks staring at each other. Make me a what's it called? Blast some baddies roll.
What am I gonna use cool for that? Even though
I would say you could use either, but you can use cool if you want. And I'll say you get a +1 for that arm.
awesome. I'm gonna use cool because I'm better at it. All right, that's a 10.
Oh, okay, cool. So, you can deal 1 damage, and then this is where I'll say we can start getting into some status effects with this.
Okay.
So I'll say your options are here. You're going to deal damage to this person, and then you can either say, like, quick draw, and you threw this pitchfork before they did. Like, your arm is at this point better built than their rusting bodies, so you being faster on the uptake means that they were going to be hit and staggered before they have a chance to respond. Or you can do extra damage, or you can do some kind of status to them aside from just they don't do damage back to you or doing extra damage.
What are the rules to this game? Like, what's the win
You
condition?
don't know, and you didn't really ask.
Okay. I assumed it would be, like, announced.
And the guy also did say there are no rules.
So like you I would say like it is a dangerous game, but you don't really understand what qualifies winning it.
Right, I just saw the one guy get run through
Yeah,
and be done.
yeah, but you don't know why.
Yeah, okay. I think I'll do extra damage.
Okay, so you wind up and throw. It hits this person like square in the chest, and you see their armor break a little bit as the pitchfork sticks into them, but not very far. You know, like it broke the skin, but it wasn't like fully impaled, but you saw it do damage to their armor. As soon as it makes contact, their arm kind of like unfreezes and snaps forward as a hay fork rockets towards you, smashing into the armor that you made. You feel it crack and like buckle a little bit, and you're like, oh, that was a substantial hit that I just took. Seems like the next one's probably gonna start to do something.
Okay.
So, Sully, I'm getting the feeling that this probably wasn't such a good idea. Hope she's okay out there.
I trust Jyla implicitly. He takes a sip from his canteen.
We'll see if she's not getting in over her head again.
I mean, this would be a record for being slugged on our runs.
It's not a record I was hoping to break.
I think Jyla puts it as she aims to misbehave.
Yeah, that sounds like her.
You guys need to put more faith in Jyla. She can do it.
Thanks, bye.
It's really going to matter a lot on this next roll whether or not that's true.
Yeah, do I get inspiration from my friends believing in me?
Nope. Is there anything else you want to do, though, or are you just picking up and throwing again?
So, just so I picture it right, are we throwing at the same time? Like, can we dodge? Or are we too close together to really dodge?
I guess, like, I'm trying to explain this as in, like, you guys are outsiders and you didn't ask this question before you stepped in the ring, which I'm not being snippy about that because I thought you should have. I kind of like this idea of you going in a little bit blind. Like, this is foolhardy what you're doing, but I'm not gonna, like, murder you outright because of that. So, like, you stepped into a ring, you eyed each other down, and you both did throw pitchforks at each other. And what I would say right now, what he is doing is grabbing the pitchfork that you threw at him, and he seems to be readying and taking aim at you again.
Okay.
So he is getting ready to throw again. He's not, like, doing anything else right now.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll ready and throw again.
All right. Roll blast some baddies.
Dang, yeah. That's a 15 with if I still get the +1 for my arm.
Good lord. All right. So same question again. Do you want to say that you responded fast enough that it knocks the person off balance and they like don't get their throw off before they're staggered? Do you want to do extra damage, or do you want to inflict or have some other when I say do a status, what that means is it's like any other narrative thing that you would want to have happen as a result.
Right. I think about the first one of staggered so that they don't get the shot off or like goes wide or something.
Okay, yeah. So you throw, and this time it like still clips them in like the chunk of the armor that you could see breaking, but it also hits their throwing arm, and their shot just goes wide. They miss.
Does it hit somebody else?
No, it just like thunks into the wall behind you. But as soon as you do that, you can see they're getting enraged as they're grabbing at the pitchfork and trying to wrench it free from their armor and throw it again at you.
Yeah, so she's gonna quick pull her hay fork out of the wall and ready again, I think.
Go, Jyla!
11, yeah.
Man, you are lucky. All right, so you rapidly grab the pitchfork, like roll to a knee and throw it. It smashes right into that hole that you had made before, and you feel it like make good contact this time. Titus staggers to a knee and kind of coughs as he pulls the hay fork free, and you can see people crowding around him starting to do like first aid, and you are pronounced the victor.
Yay!
That would be really funny is if you go back up to the bar and ask what the rules were.
Yeah, so is there like a crowd?
A crowd? Yeah.
So I think Jyla like turns to the crowd and does like an over-exaggerated bow, but it's really, really awkward because she's in huge armor. So it's ungraceful.
They all clap and cheer.
Yep. So then she takes off her helmet and saunters off. Y'all, I won! I don't know what I get for winning, but maybe just my name on the board, but I won!
I think you also get your life, which is a pretty good prize in my opinion.
That's true too. I do like my life.
That was awesome, Jyla.
Yeah, I would say that went. I'm proud of you. That was very well done. That was very risky, but well done.
You didn't believe I could do it, did you, Mel?
I mean, I was definitely concerned for you. I'll say that.
So what have you guys been up to?
I mean, I've been sitting here watching your match.
Any news on Marilla?
Yep. Figured out who she is, and Vi points her out to everyone else. She's at the top of the leaderboard for this sport. So hopefully,
maybe I could get some tips from her too. If we we should go talk to her.
I think we need to do a montage where Jyla just fights her way to the top.
So I guess what's our plan for?
Why don't we just go talk to her and name drop Laura Lee?
Is it Laura Lee? Is that what it is?
So we did do it both ways. I am gonna go with Laura Lee for right now, and people can correct me. I am sorry. For the record, on people listening to this podcast, I have done Loria and Laura Lee.
So I wasn't crazy when I thought it was Lorea.
Well, Lorea, no.
Or Loria.
We did Loria and Laura Lee.
same person, Laura something.
This is the problem with made-up names that you type out. I almost need to, say them to my, save an audio recording.
Type them out phonetically.
But for now, we're going to go with Laura Lee. Move on.
Can we buy her a drink and ask her some questions? I guess we don't have money, do we? Do we have money? Did I win money? Was there a bet going? There's gotta be a bet going.
I don't know if you won money, but apparently first drink is free, so
All right.
get one of the free drinks and offer it.
I'll cash in on that.
Okay, you get a free drink. Are you gonna go and try to talk to Marilla?
Yeah.
She's standing alone, like at a standing table, just also drinking one of these, I don't know, mystery grogs.
Sully walks up. Hello, Marilla. We have been sent by Lauralee.
Just no pretense with you, huh, Sully?
You are not subtle, are you?
Can't say that's one of his qualities now.
Never in my life.
And also, my name is not just Marilla, particularly not to a complete stranger. My name is Marilla, the first scoundrel
of the Smoking Bones. It's awesome. I love it. May I just say,
I am glad you I enjoyed your match. It was impressive for an amateur.
well, thanks. That means a lot, actually. I liked watching your bout too. I wanted to say congrats. Here's a drink.
She takes it and just drinks the whole thing and sets it back down. But getting to business, what can I do for you?
Well, you see, I don't know how much hearsay there is on this world, but everyone everywhere seems to be at war from this entity, because of this entity known as Chaos, which is corrupting people and trying to, I think, rip the galaxy apart at this point, and we are hoping to get behind enemy lines to do a sneak attack on Chaos before they realize we're coming, and Lauralee said that you were the best person for sneaking around without getting caught.
Well, that is true, and I do remember her horrible old bones. I may have helped at times for a price, but this business with chaos and war, I could not care less. I need something in return.
Is there something you have in mind?
Of course. I don't want to be here anymore. I want my crew, and I want a ship.
Is your crew all here?
Oh, of course, they're roundabouts. We got sent to the worst place. Turns out, stealing from the Imposition and not respecting their authority does not make you popular with the Imposition.
I get that. How big's your crew?
Just 4 or 5, depending on if they all still live.
All right. Do you mind if we, I don't know, congress over there?
When you say congress, do you mean without me or with me?
Without you, if you don't mind.
That is fine. One other note. In order for me to think that risking my life with all of you is worth it, I need to know you are capable. I am the reigning champ of this sport. I would like to know if you can survive.
Well...
By you, do you mean all of us, or just Jyla Mavek?
I would prefer Jyla, but any of you would do.
I mean, I'm flattered that you'd offer, but you are the reigning champion. I don't want to sully your reputation by fighting an amateur, you know what I mean?
I don't mind. You can try to roll a persuasion. No, grease the wheels.
I sure will.
I was going to say that almost like you basically insulted her there because you were basically saying I don't want you to have to like I guess the way
I'm saying she's too good for fighting somebody like me. Like she's in a different level. She's at a different level.
The way I heard it was I would hate for you to lose to me and sully your name.
No. Just like that fighting an amateur in general is beneath her. Dang, I am on fire tonight. That's an 11.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think you are wrong exactly. That is fair. I did see you fight Titus, and they are not nothing. So sure, go and have your meeting. I will find my crew, but remember the second half of my price. I need a ship to guide you behind enemy lines, as you say.
Okay.
She walks away at that point.
Or you guys can, yeah.
We walk away, yeah. Out of earshot. So I was at first thinking that we could maybe compromise on getting her off this godforsaken rock, getting her crew off, and maybe settle on, like, we don't have a ship necessarily. I don't know what else we could offer her. Because Rex, that ship, that extra one we had, Rex took, right? That we gave that to him.
No, we sold all of the ships that we've found or scavenged. We've ended up selling to Davin.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm actually thinking getting a ship would be the hardest, but also relatively easiest part of this whole thing. If we called Camilla or anyone back home to bring over a ship.
Oh, they could beat us.
Yeah, bring over a ship. I think that's a fairly reasonable way to go about this.
Can I make a GM note just to make sure you guys are aware of something?
Please do.
She is not saying you guys have to have a ship like in your pocket right now. She is saying at some point in this mission you're going to have to steal her a ship and give it to her.
With that new knowledge, either way, I feel like that's, as long as she's not asking for the honor, I think this is a reasonable thing that we can help her with.
I would like to throw one complication into this. Lucy might be very upset if we offer our ship to convicts.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He did make the proclamation that nobody from this planet will step foot on our ship.
Did he warn us specifically about Marilla?
No.
No, that was when you insulted him, Jyla.
It was an accident.
I know.
I insulted him too, Jyla, so.
Yeah, he's really not going to be happy about 5 to 6 imposition convicts, is he?
He's not, but I think the fate of dealing with chaos is probably bigger than Lucy's feelings, as much as I want to, abide by them.
Although, here's a thought. I guess his proclamation was specifically about his commissary.
Right.
I guess they don't have to enter the commissary.
Right.
I think this is a poor line of reasoning where we're trying to find a loophole in our friend's values so that he can't hold it against us. I think we should talk to our friend about this.
Yeah, you're right.
When you're right, Sully. It's just, there's no way he's gonna say yes. We can't ask his permission.
At the same time, though, there's no way we can't leave without her if we want to get on board or do reconnaissance about the Dreadnaught.
Right.
I can break the news to Lucy since we have a rapport of sorts.
Maybe. Do you think Lucy should be involved in maybe, like, setting some boundaries for, like, what she can and cannot do?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be just we murder her or leave her here.
Well, do we have any stipulations that we should bring to Marilla? Or I feel like we should have some sort of compromise so it doesn't feel like we're just agreeing to all of her demands, even though we are kind of agreeing to all her demands. I feel like there should be a little more give and take.
I think you're right we should definitely call Lucy and see what he thinks would be a good compromise. Because I think right now it's his feelings that would be hurt the most in terms of bringing them on board.
That's true.
I mean, I also can't say I wouldn't be worried having 5 or 6 more former imposition soldiers, or I'm not actually even sure if they were soldiers, but they would outnumber us at that point. We just have to hope that she would keep her end of the deal.
That is true. Oh, they're gonna mutiny. They're so gonna. Oh, Cap. They're gonna mutiny. They're gonna look at the honor and imposition vessel and want to take it.
Well, okay, hang on though. Maybe one of the stipulations is that their crew can't be bigger than ours, but assuming we get them a ship, they can always come back for the rest of their crew.
Oh, now that's a thought.
How about that? We agree to get them a ship and take Marilla with us for now. Get them their ship. Give it to Marilla. She can come back for them, and then hopefully she'll still agree to do the rest of the mission.
That seems like a good plan.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
What do you mean, agree to do the rest of the mission?
I mean, to keep her into the bargain.
Well, why can't we do that first? Because, like, she does a thing for us, we give her a ship, and she can go back.
I think her stipulation was that she wanted to have the ship in her crew before we do the reconnaissance.
I think she needs the ship before she does the reconnaissance, and it's hard to pilot a ship alone, I think, is the idea.
Let me just, as a GM, jump in here and say, I did not make it clear enough her expectations. You are right to consider that you might be allowing a crew of pirates onto your ship. The deal is, if she does this job for you, you owe her a ship. That's the deal. It is not, you have to give me a ship in order for me to even do it. It is, through the course of this, you must get me a ship to give to me and my crew as payment. It is not, like, the upfront payment is you taking her and her crew off of the planet. I just want to make sure that's clear. She's not saying you have to have 2 ships in your possession right now, or I'm stealing the honor.
Is she saying she wants her whole crew?
That is what she said. Yeah, that is what she said.
All right.
So, just to make sure, so she wants her whole crew, and she seems trustworthy as far as we can tell, that she's not going to just immediately mutiny and kill us all and leave us floating in space.
Oh, she seems like a pirate because she's a pirate.
I don't feel like that. Yeah, I don't have that confidence.
Like, would you say that you trust Jack Sparrow?
Yes.
What rock are you living under?
Then you trust her.
I think it's a perfectly reasonable thing to ask tell her that she can have a ship by the time we're done with this thing, but she can't have her whole crew. She can have, like, most of them. But I think telling her that they can't outnumber us is a perfectly fair thing to tell a bunch of pirates.
Okay. So maybe do you think we could go in and say, to start with, just her, and maybe negotiate up to, like, 1 or 2 of her friends?
Well, there's 5 of us if you include Lucy, so no more than 4 of them. And obviously we should talk to Lucy first and make sure that he's on board with all this.
Yeah, I think
Right.
that should be our first call, honestly.
I'm just saying, start low.
Yeah.
Then presumably work our way up to a middle point.
Yeah, I think that's our bargaining. I agree. I think that's how we bargain with her. But, try to aim for no more than 4 of them.
All right, I think that sounds like a plan.
Jyla, be careful. Your Guild of Commerce is showing.
Oh, thanks. Doc, ring up the ship.
I ring up the ship.
Lucy answers from the kitchen phone.
Yes, hello, friends. What can I do for you?
Lucy, we have some bad news that we want to clear with you before we continue on with this plan.
You are all dead. I shall leave at once.
No, I have... Wait, can I... Is that something I can do with magic? I'll have to look into this, projecting myself after I die.
Well done.
But no, we are all still alive, but the person that we are looking for said that she needs to be there to teach us the technique to get around these sensors, which would mean we'd have to bring her on her ship.
Well, as I said before, I rejected coming here at all, and I thought it was a mistake. But if you must bring someone on board this vessel, I understand. Just keep them far away from the galley, and we will be fine.
Okay, quick clarification on someone. She said we need to bring her crew as well. Will that be an issue for you?
There's just, like, silence on the other end.
You would bring 4 pirates, 4 to 5 pirates, on board our home. Honorless scoundrels. You would give them the run of the ship. The ship where I cook.
Lucy, if we're fair's being fair, not too long ago you thought we were honorless scoundrels.
I did, but you proved yourselves when you crushed me in battle. So,
what if we defeat her in battle first? Would that make you feel better?
what I would say is that seems risky. Fighting anyone, and much less a person with a full crew from the Imposition, seems like it is dangerous, especially if you are not confident you would win. But I guess it's up to you. It is your ship. you can do whatever you feel you must do. So, I shall protect the kitchen and do everything I can to keep all of you safe, but
would it make you feel better if we crushed her in combat first before we brought her on our ship?
I would feel better if she just didn't come on the ship, but I'm not about to mutiny. I have honor.
The honor. Yeah, you do.
All right. Thank you for being understanding, Lucy.
I will be vaguely passively hostile to them, but, we can call that understanding, I suppose.
Then we hang up. Okay, so hear me out. Lucy was raised in the same culture that Marilla was. Do we want to try to fight her to assert dominance, so to speak, and have her respect us? Because at this point, I don't know if she respects us enough to not just take over the ship as soon as she's on it.
I understand that.
Yeah, I think it's up to Jyla if she wants to do that.
I'm not confident that I can win. And I think it would be more detrimental if I lost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we all saw what happened to that other dude with how the pitchfork went straight through him. I definitely don't want that to happen to you.
Right.
I agree, but I'm also just worried that we look like pushovers right now. I mean, if we can't take her in a fork pitching contest, how are we going to take her in combat?
Well, combat is... I'm not worried about that part. If we actually have to fight her and keep a mutiny from happening, I have full confidence in us being able to take them down.
We are on home turf that way.
And hey, fork pitchin', we're not on our home turf and are significantly underprepared.
Here's my concern, though. We may be underprepared and be able to take a mutiny, but if we handle the mutiny, either way we lose what we want, where this might be our only way to prove that we are strong enough that she'll give us what we want. We need to convince her that we are strong enough that she will teach us how to evade censors of multiple factions. And I don't know if she will respect us enough currently. They are built on strength, and though Jyla put up an amazing thing against Titus, we have not proven ourselves against her, and I feel like she will try to use that against us in any way she can. But if Jyla does not feel confident, I will not volunteer her to do this.
Right. Well, maybe if we need a bargaining chip, we can throw in me facing off against her. If we need to convince her that she can't take the rest of her crew with her. Does that sound all right?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And I'll be sure to find out the rules first next time.
It's probably a smart idea.
Okay, so we traipse back to Marilla.
Did you have a pleasant time talking amongst yourselves?
Yeah, we were discussing the situation and trying to make sure we're all on the same page. We definitely can get you a ship, and one thing we're concerned about is having your entire crew on board, because at that point you would outnumber us.
Would you consider me to be a thief?
I mean, you literally admitted to being a thief, so yes.
A joke. Of course I am a thief, but a trustworthy thief. I have never stolen something that I said I would not steal, and I will not steal your ship unless you fail to pay.
Well, we definitely can pay. It's also very cramped on there. You wouldn't be very comfortable, and it would just make us feel all better.
So here's our compromise. Or I guess our counter proposal, if you want to call it. We can definitely get you your ship. We would propose that just you come with us for now, and once you get your ship, you can come back for your crew.
Well, now see that there is part of the issue. What if I need help getting my crew out of here? I don't know how difficult it's going to be for me to leave. I've never done it before.
Well, you get a practice run with us, so that's something.
Yes, but I would rather not have to repeat the trial, you see.
Well, would you say yes if we did a little pitch and fit? Something I'm trying out.
Make a grease the wheels check.
Do I get an advantage from anybody else talking this whole time?
I'm gonna say no. They weren't like talking you up. They were just present.
We negotiated. That is a 9.
We have one camaraderie.
Nope. I mean, that's a 7.
Well, you could spend your 1 camaraderie if you want to make that an 8, which is the same thing. Okay, little one, I like the sound of this. I was unsure of you to begin with. So, how about this? You can go into that ring with me and we can try to see who will survive the longest. But I warn you, I am very strong and very good at this game. So, you give up, you take the crew. I give up, you just take me. Does that seem fair?
Sounds fair to me. Now, when you say survive, what do you mean by that? Because we wouldn't want you to die, obviously, because we have to take you with us.
I'm not worried about that.
Well, just hypothetically, what does survive mean in this case?
Hypothetically, if I die, you do not have to take me and my crew off the planet.
Well, right, but we still would have needed you. So
that is true. This game is risky. But maybe I'll surrender before then. Or maybe you will.
Alright, so it's till surrendering or death. I got it.
Yes.
Okay.
So do you understand mechanically the risk that you're taking here is like you're going to basically sit here and trade blows with her until either she surrenders, you surrender, or one of you dies?
Yes, I understand. I'm not happy about it.
I thought you were going to try to up and be like, oh, we'll take 2 of your crew, but then you just jumped, it's you or no one. And then she's like, well, no, not that. It's like, I'll fight you then.
I like it. This is fun. I just want to make sure everyone understands the stakes and also understand that the last person surrendered after taking 4 hit points of damage. The other thing that I'll say mechanically I did last time, but this time I'll make explicit, is your armor gives you 1 hit point. And I'll say that has reset. So you have 1 free hit point that your armor eats, and then your armor's not there anymore, basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna need another drink. Sully, can I have yours?
He hands you a canteen of water.
Hey, wait. I think I need to step in here. I don't think we need to do this, right? Can we come to some compromise between all or none? There's gotta be somewhere in between.
I love this plan so far.
What if we agree to take 2 of your crew right now?
Roll me a persuasion.
8.
All right, so maybe that deal seems a little harsh. As you pointed out, I am the reigning champ of this sport. So I'll tell you what. I have a crew of a few people. I will reduce it by 1 for every round you stay in the ring.
All right. I think we have ourselves a deal.
Quick clarification question. How big is your crew before we step into this ring?
5 people.
All right. I think that was a good clarification. So you know.
Wait, sorry. Are you including her in the crew?
No.
4 people.
Okay. Good clarification. This way she can't just be like, yeah, I had 30 people I wanted to bring.
Well, we established that before.
No, she's being straightforward about this.
Yeah, you survived 2 rounds. That means I get to bring 28 people. Too bad I only have 6.
Once you agree, she throws her mug at the bartender and goes, "We're starting now." She walks out into the ring and like pushes a person who was like about to throw a pitchfork out of the ring. She catches the one that was thrown at that person and stands waiting for you.
She leads over to the bartender. Any rules I should know about before I go in for a second round?
The rules are easy. You simply throw pitchforks back and forth until one of you is near death.
Anything off limits?
We're all liars here, and cheats, prisoners, and convicts, so no, I don't think so.
All right.
What's the worst case scenario? They try to kill you?
Good joke. Be sure to root for me. And she jogs out there.
We hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Outlaws Wanted. Music for the show is from danosongs.com, audionautics.com, zapsplat.com, and the public domain. If you liked this show, you can check out more of our actual plays at the Wandering Gamer Network's website or Podbean, as well as interact with us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We also post Let's Plays on YouTube under the channel Wandering Gamer Network, and on Twitch we can be found at wandering_gamer_network. You can also find us on YouTube under the channel Wandering Gamer Network, and on Twitch we can be found at wandering_gamer_network. Now remember, it's not the outlaw that makes trouble. It's trouble that makes the outlaw.